Hey everyone, it's Dan, and today we're going to install these Wunderlich Extreme Engine Bars on a 2021 BMW F750GS. This job is about a 2 out of 5 in terms of difficulty. Should take you between 30 to 40 minutes to finish. Be sure to check out the unboxing video if you haven't seen it yet. As far as tools, you'll need a torque wrench. We'll be torquing to values of 12 and also 24 foot-pounds. We'll use one wrench that's in the foot-pound range, the other one in an inch-pound range. If you have one that can cover both easily, that's even better. You'll need a ratchet along with an extension to make things a little bit easier. You'll need a T25 bit, a T45 bit, and a T50 bit. One of the bolts is also difficult to get to, so we're going to end up using a very narrow bit, insert that into a 1/4 inch socket with a short extension to get to that one a little bit easier. And then also a wire cutter to snip some of the zip ties, grease paste that's included. The kit also did include a little tube of Loctite. I have my own, so I'll just use a thread locker here. All right, let's get started. The first thing we'll do is unscrew this T25 screw down here to loosen the plastic cover and move it out of the way to give us access to one of the mounting points. So the first mounting point is going to be right by the side stand on the left-hand side. You're going to use the 3cm screw with a washer, another washer, and the lock nut. The kit also comes with some thread grease. So apply just a little bit. This makes it easier for the lock nut to be torqued properly. So this guy is actually going to go under the side stand, so you'll put the screw through it, through the mounting point on the bar, washer, and the lock nut. Okay, so at this point, we're not going to tighten any of the screws. We just want to latch them in place so that we can have some movement after all the bars are, or after both sides of the bars are attached to the bike. We'll go around and torque everything. So the next mounting point is going to be just under the clutch cover here. Right over here. And we're going to use the 3.5cm screw with a washer and with one of the large spacers. So we'll put the screw through here, we'll put the spacer on, a little bit of a thread lock, always start these by hand. And finally, the last mounting point on the left side is going to be using the 2.5cm screw to the open spot that's right above the cover. Same thing, a little thread lock. And always just start these by hand. Don't use a wrench right away. Okay, so the left side is okay for the time being. We're not going to tighten anything yet. We want to finish the other side first, and then we'll go around and torque it. Should be loose, be able to move around freely. So next up, we're going to install the right engine bar. To do this, we're going to have to remove this oxygen sensor bracket. We're going to reuse this hole. And this is going to be using a T25 bit. Okay, next up we're going to remove this cable tie here to get access to the other mounting point. So we'll snip it. Pull it out. And it's just a little threaded guy. So now that we have access to all the mounting points, we're going to attach this little plastic connector to the left engine bar. Just slides right in. And we're going to attach the right engine bar to its first mounting point, which will be the one in the center. We're going to use one of these 2.5 centimeter long screws. They're the thinner 8 millimeter diameter. Use a little bit of thread lock. Washer is already in it. And just hand tighten it for now. So now that our first mounting point is attached, we're going to attach the next one up here up on top. Also make sure to line up the tubes and insert the plastic connector into the right side of the bar. Again, we're going to use the 2.5 centimeter screw with a little thread lock. So hand tighten it just a little bit. And slide the connector of the tube in place. Alright, so that looks okay. And finally, the next step is going to be to attach the final mounting point right down here near the O2 sensor. So this bracket is going to go on top of the engine bar. Just like this. Again, make sure that everything is still loose to allow you to line everything up. And we're going to use the screw that's included with the kit here. And again, some thread lock. Through the bracket. Alright, so now that we have all the mounting points in place, we're going to go around and tighten all the screws gradually. I'm going to go through the bike one at a time, and then once everything is nice and snug, we're going to use a torque wrench to tighten everything up. Now, right off the bat, I see that this guy over here is going to be kind of difficult to get to. My normal bit just barely touches it, so got to get a little bit more creative. I'm going to end up using just a tip by itself, going through a 1/4 inch socket that'll fit right in here, and then use an extension here, which will hopefully give me enough leverage here to be able to tighten and torque this guy. I did try to use a proper joint here, but there's just not enough clearance using the tools that I have, so we'll have to be really creative. So let's start with this guy first, since it's going to be the hardest one to get to. And a lot of times it helps if you kind of jiggle this thing around a little bit to make sure that all the bolts are staying aligned. Alright, so now that all three bolts on the right side are snug, we're going to use a torque wrench to tighten everything to the correct spec. The two 8mm thick bolts are going to be torqued to 141 inch-pounds. So let's start with those first. Right, that was a nice click. Okay, and for the last one, we're going to use 24 foot-pounds. And the last thing on the right side will be to use a zip tie to attach the cables over here back to the bars. Right side down, right side is done. Let's go back to the left and torque everything up. So finally, we're back to the left-hand side. We're going to hand tighten each of the three mounting points again until they're snug, and then go back around and torque them to the proper spec. Everything on this side is going to be 141 inch-pounds. I also want to make sure to squeeze these tubes together to make sure that everything stays aligned. So this connector here should hold everything in place just like this. For this bottom one, we're going to need to use a 13mm box wrench or socket, whatever you have available, to hold the lock nut in place as you tighten it. Okay, so at this point, all the mounting points are torqued. The last thing we'll want to do is slide this plastic cover back on and tighten it up, reroute the cable, and we'll be all set. All right, we're all done. So if you found this video helpful, please give it a like and be sure to subscribe to the channel. Also keep an eye out for the unboxing of the engine bars as well as the tank bars and the installation video of the tank bars. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next time.